Police hold grave concerns for missing Belgian tourist Celine Cremer.
Celine arrived in Australia in June 2022.
Donc, j'habite à Freshwater.
She did a road trip from Sydney to Tasmania.
We found Celine's car at the Philosopher Falls car park.
Wet and cold weather has been hampering the aerial search.
Sadly, no further signs of Celine were located.
I needed answers.
Not knowing, I think, is the worst thing that a family could live.
She was looking for the most direct route to get back to that car park because it was getting dark. She suddenly goes off the trail and up the hill. She was really thinking, I got to get out of here.
What you can see here is the last ping that Celine's phone recorded.
From that point onwards, that phone was no longer in range.
She's got to be up there somewhere, and it's just going to take the right person looking under the right log, and it's going to be solved. The reason that this search came about was that Celine's friends really wanted to give their everything to try to bring home answers. It's about giving it your all and, you know, properly saying goodbye. We'll do like 8:30 start or something.
We have been waiting for more than 2 years and a half with no answer. A lot of people had asked me, why don't you go there? How could I have been able to supporter, de trouver le reste de ma fille?
Ariane a vraiment joué un rôle central dans la communication pour nous aider à organiser ces recherches-là.
I want to do a practical, common sense search. Everyone knows about Celine's case, and everybody here has tried to help in some way.
It's going to be mossy, muddy, slippery, a lot of tree roots, and you're going to do lots of bending it up and over and under.
We've got about 28 volunteers. A lot of them are from Tasmania. Some of them have come from interstate, all in their own time.
Celine spent 8 minutes looking on her phone here.
We raised about 15,000 euros. So yeah, we've been able to pay for the campsites and the food for all the volunteers.
Should we do a garden salad as well for the ones that...
I've got 5 wonderful ladies coming along to help cook. The freezers are overflowing just from donations, which is just amazing.
Can I get you to push in, please?
Les habitants de Waratah ont été très touchés par l'histoire de Céline. On est très reconnaissants de ce qu'ils vont faire pour nous.
I decided not to be part of the December search just because I didn't feel psychologically able. So Gabriel went in Tasmania with his little brother. Then there was Rachel. Rachel was a close friend of Celine, and Johan is Rachel's partner.
The 4 musketeers, as I call them, because they have a mission. Like the musketeers, one for all and all for one.
I think it was important to discover what happened, really. We can't do anything anymore but find answers.
Rachel a mis un petit collier avec un coquillage qui vient de la plage où Céline a travaillé, à Coles Bay. J'ai ramené un petit Playmobil sur le rocher. Et alors, moi, j'ai mis les chaussures de son papa. Donc voilà, chacun ses croyances, mais moi, je pense que ça nous portera chance.
To begin with, there's some good ground between the falls and the top of the hill. So we'll start going up. I'm going to be with the volunteers from Belgium, so Celine's friends and my dad.
You've got good vibes.
Yeah, of course.
They're going to have 2 teams of 12 in the official search with Ken Gamble.
The first day, everybody was highly motivated. The search conditions were pretty good.
We basically took the route that Celine would have taken. and then went to the top of the hill where our last records of her location were, really to give people an introduction to what sort of vegetation and topography we're going to encounter in the searching. And if you want to turn your tracking on, now's as good a time as any.
Paul Hellman has been an incredible help. He's a former park ranger for 30 years.
What are we going to start at?
T13.
Where are we now?
Oh, we're just north of T12, basically.
T12.
We've been able to put together some really good, solid maps, and we have these grids, these 50-metre grids. We want to search them thoroughly so that we can eliminate grid by grid by grid.
We're just going to start on this line, 50-metre warm-up, and then really into the good stuff. Since the very first day that Rob did the video on Celine, I've been looking at maps, studying maps, the hillshade maps, the slope maps. I wanted to know everything about there because anything could be a clue.
You're a bit. Stop!
Found the bracelet! You see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
The silver one. I need a torch to make sure that it's a bracelet.
Where?
Or if it's like the water.
No. Sorry. False alarm.
False alarm, folks. It was view on a spider web.
All right, back in line, guys.
We are standing exactly on where the last known GPS point says. What I want to ask you, Rachel, do you think that in this spot it's more likely she would turn back, or do you think that she would say, this is thick, but I'm going to go in?
Yeah. When you are afraid and cold and it's dark, you don't know. You don't know, your mind is not the same as usual, and so I'm not sure about that.
Ce qui est fort possible.
50-50.
Yeah. You don't think she dropped the phone?
It's possible.
Yeah.
It is possible.
We got to grid number 9. This was the area immediately in the vicinity of where the last GPS coordinate was. And I heard someone scream out, and everybody stopped.
Maybelline, come over.
Me?
Yes.
Why, what's up?
I was a straggler, and the main line had passed through, and I just stepped over, and I didn't even finish that step, and I just looked down where my boot was going, and there was a prize.
We found the phone. There's a phone. We found a phone.
And it was just an incredible moment.
All right. All right, no one touch it.
Just keep everyone away.
No one touch it.
Tony, he's a keen SES member. He'd been in there 20 or 19 times on his own searching.
You know what? You deserved it, mate. You've been in here the most. You've done so much effort. Yep. Mate.
I'd been up there 2 metres away from that phone. I turned to the west, but this time I turned to the east.
It was unexpected. For me, I was like, how is it possible? It's incredible.
It's perfect.
Not an iPhone, that's good.
It's a Samsung.
They were still trying to figure out the serial number to confirm it was actually Celine's phone. Thankfully, I had spoke with Antoine, Gabriel's brother, before and sent it to him.
0780-422/2.
Yeah, that's it.
It's all right.
That's it. Wow. Confirmed by the serial number, that's great. I'll let Dean know.
Bon, il n'y a plus qu'à continuer à chercher.
On continue.
You okay?
Yeah.
For me, it changed everything about what I feel. I'm like, okay, now I'm sure 100% we can find something.
When I've been advised that the serial number was the right one, for me it was a miracle.
Mélange de satisfaction, parce qu'on a retrouvé quelque chose. On avait peur de rien retrouver. Un mélange de déception, parce qu'on se rend compte qu'on va vraiment vers là où ce qu'on craignait tous, qu'elle n'est plus là.
She would have got further than we probably thought.
It was just an incredible find. So police and SES will resume search efforts in conjunction with the privately organised search.
A mobile phone belonging to missing Belgian tourist Celine Cremer has been discovered in a renewed search The mauve-coloured Samsung phone has been handed over to police to undergo forensic examination.
So it was a relief, but also a bit painful. Because I realized at this time what Celine really get through, how wet, cold, scared in the dark all alone she might have been.
That second day, we had hail, we had thunderstorms, lightning, so we had to call the search off.
It's a little bit frustrating that it's not possible for us to go today because we want to, we want to find something else, and so everybody's waiting. Like, yes.
Mais le GSM a fait un élan de motivation extraordinaire. Maintenant, on sait avec certitude qu'elle était à cet endroit-là.
I was wondering why doesn't she made a call when she got lost. When they have found the phone, I understood that she had lost it, and that's why she hadn't made this call. So I understand a little better what happened.
So day 3, the police came and we all agreed to search as a larger team.
Let's go.
Even though this was the middle of summer, it was winter weather in this forest.
So we're in the middle of the day, Waratah, 9 degrees, feels like 0.
In our party, by about lunchtime, we were quite disheartened.
We are trying to imagine what she was doing when she dropped the phone.
No, she definitely went over this log because it was found like that.
We had spent the whole morning just crawling under logs and through wet scrub.
On se sent démunis, démunis face à la nature. Mais une fois qu'on est là-bas, on se sent petit, tout petit. Donc c'est dur de savoir qu'elle n'est probablement pas loin.
It is unfortunate the days where you don't find anything because it is a lot of work and I am exhausted, but it was still a step forward because the more grids which we can tick off, the less likely it is that she's in one of those spots so we can put our people elsewhere.
Good job today. Yeah. One step closer.
Yeah.
Good job, Rachel. Very nice.
Yep.
Voilà, voilà.
Day 4, our team decided to search east in some areas there that had a lot of remaining grids left. We were just about to turn around when Dad called over and said that he'd found a bottle.
What sort of bottle is it?
It's a long dark, really long.
Interesting. There's trash there too.
When he said he'd found a bottle, my initial skeptical mind was that this probably isn't related.
We just find a bottle of water under a tree. Empty.
Does it look like anything that Celine could have had?
Anything's possible. Somebody's certainly been here and these items are somewhat odd.
C'est la même couleur que le bouchon que son GSM, alors.
It was only about 350 metres away from where we found the phone. That glass bottle was significant because it had a use-by date in mid-2024, which meant that this particular bottle was distributed in 2023. Now, it could have come from anywhere, but it happens to also be the same brand of bottle that was being sold in the restaurant where Celine worked for a short time in Coles Bay.
Voilà, j'espère qu'ils auront un moyen de pouvoir trouver si c'est bien à elle ou pas, quoi.
J'espère surtout que ça ira vite, quoi.
The bottle and the plastic bag hinted there was a very high chance Celine survived that night and had all day 2 to continue on lost in the forest, which is something that nobody expected.
There's like some big cutout here I think you guys should come and have a look at.
Pretty close to the water, right?
Oh, it's a water race.
So we can see that the glass bottle was located less than 100 metres away from the water race. That water race would have got her out of there. It's a man-made cutout, a walking trail.
Would have been at first light. She had enough light to see where she was going, but not enough to distinguish it that's a track.
And there's a pretty high chance that Celine walked straight over it and then down into the Arthur River.
Cette zone-ci jusqu'au ruisseau, il faudrait la ratisser.
Ouais.
Et après remonter le cours d'eau.
Just everyone be super safe coming up, please. We'll pick up where we left off tomorrow.
Fingers crossed tomorrow we could gain full closure. It's been a big week, but yeah, wouldn't want to be anywhere else, I don't think.
On day 5, we were physically exhausted, but we still pushed on through some really difficult terrain.
We had the feeling we are so close and we don't find anything anymore. So, make a sign, Celine.
Today's the final day. We've suspended the search. We were unsuccessful. We didn't find Celine's remains. We just covered so much ground, over 40 hectares, I believe. So yeah, we're all disappointed.
Best wishes, you know.
Yes.
I don't want to give up because we've just put so much effort into this, and we know that she's got to be there somewhere. But at what point do you stop? And that's a really tough question.
We wanted to say thank you for everything because without you, nothing would have been possible. Maybe we will see each other next time because if it's not finished, we'll come back.
La prochaine. J'étais pas encore parti de là que j'ai de suite voulu réorganiser d'autres recherches.
There is no plan to stop so far. No, not for me, not for Gabrielle, not for most of the volunteers.
There's no reason to think, oh, the search is over. It's like, no, it's not.
After we concluded the official search, given the motivation of some of these people, particularly the locals who were living in that area, they were relentless. They wanted to keep going.
You've got this big unsearched spot directly in the trajectory.
Yeah.
I think she's in there.
It's like a puzzle all coming together.
Yes.
Yeah, in the dark as it is, it'd be easy to go over
and
the
I
water
think
race.
you're right. I think you stop, you get cold. Yeah.
I can tell the volunteers are really motivated. There is a WhatsApp group and they're talking every day.
She might be over here.
Many people have been searching.
I was doing a solo trip that morning. I was the only one from the group available.
We thought about the possibility of where she would have been going if that was her bottle. We speculated that if she had spent the night under this big fallen tree and she had survived through the night, then the next day she may have come directly across the Arthur River.
If I were in her shoes, I would have made the decision to follow that large water source downstream, hoping to eventually find a road from which I could make my way back to civilization. And I believe that she was likely to have done that. I was just walking and I stopped for a moment and I just looked down, and about a metre in front of my feet was what was clear to me a human jawbone with several teeth. The shock hit me straight away. I didn't want to interfere with the scene, so I took as many photos as I could. I sent through the GPS coordinates, the track log, and from there on it was left in the capable hands of police.
The pathologist was able to look at
the bones and say from the picture, yes, they are human remains. Clearly we thought it was likely that the remains were going to be Celine. We couldn't confirm it until that forensic testing.
I understood that the DNA result will be necessary, but nobody else had disappeared in this area, so I was quite sure that it was my daughter.
In breaking news, Tasmania police say a bushwalker has located what are believed to be human remains near the Philosopher Falls area.
When Jared found the first few bones, I kind of refused to believe it was Celine. I was expecting it, but between assuming and knowing it, there is a huge difference, and yeah, it's still been hard to process, and still is.
This is the area where the remains were found, about 3 kilometres northeast of the car park.
We sent our search and rescue people back into an area of about 350 metres upstream and downstream of where Jared originally found the first lot of remains. And as a result of that search, they did find some other remains and some clothing, and we did find a car key. We were able to test it in Celine's car, which is still in our police compound, just to unlock the door and to see it move so freely in the ignition. It was, still waiting for the confirmation, but that was the moment where I thought,
Police say they've provisionally identified remains found in the state's northwest as belonging to missing backpacker Celine Cremer.
the coroner is the authority to make the determinations on what happened. But we were working on a theory that the phone was lost, and then from there, with no real way to navigate, she tried to move towards the river.
I believe that it's possible that Celine could have walked a couple of kilometres down that Arthur River, possibly looking for a crossing point. And when she's crossed over, that's potentially when she's had an accident.
In my opinion, I think that she slipped. She's ended up in the river, and she's caught under a log jam there.
And if she was in that water under one of those log jams, then that would explain why she was not located at that time.
We know at the time that Celine went missing, it was the middle of winter. The Arthur River was a lot higher than it is now. The bones that Jared found were kind of on a dry riverbed, which would normally be underwater, so the fact that, the searching was done in summer versus winter probably contributed in these discoveries.
She just lost every coin flip, That's how I see it. Turning off the track, losing the phone, walking over the water race. There were just so many unfortunate events that happened one after another that led to this tragedy.
À la base, il s'agit d'une balade qui doit faire plus ou moins 1 heure et demie. Et c'était pas censé être dangereux. Mais elle n'a pas pris de risque volontairement, et ça pour moi c'est important de le dire. Ce qui lui est arrivé peut arriver à n'importe qui. Je pense que c'est important que son histoire soit connue, pour aussi éviter que ça arrive à d'autres personnes. Ouais.
It's really important we try to continue to share that message that people need to be prepared. They need to stay on the form tracks. They need to tell people where they are. They need to make sure they've got, appropriate communication equipment. You can't underestimate the Tassie wilderness or the weather conditions.
Before all of this, it was just wondering, are we gonna go our whole lives never knowing where she is? Is she still alive? Can we be doing anything to find her? So it is a relief to begin grieving after all these years, and I can't imagine how her family feels. They can finally grieve, have a funeral for her.
The coroner have to write her report, and then the procedure will be initiated for repatriation, maybe at mid-April. When she's arrived in Belgium, we plan to ashes scattering, what's that? In the place where her father and her grandparents rest, with very close family.
Finally, she will be at home. We can stop always thinking, okay, what's happened next? Maybe one day I will find her, or maybe never. Now we have closure. It is the end of a nightmare. I don't have a word enough bigger to express my thankful.
We are very, very grateful for the involvement and the bravery to do these searches. I never had thought before that such a lot of people in various parts of the world would have wanted and would have been able to help us like they have done. They have brought me confidence in humanity.
The way in which the community has come together and solved a case collectively with the police, with the SES, with private volunteers, it was just incredible. These were selfless individuals who did this for no other reason than to try to get closure for someone they didn't know.
The best thing to come from this was seeing everybody band together and provide that closure for a grieving family on the other side of the world.
It's a team effort, but at the core of that effort is all thanks to Justine. She never gave up. We all have her to thank for that.
I've got a lot of answers now. I will still have a few questions, and I'm not expecting to ever find an answer to those. But I can finally start grieving. She definitely leave a big part of my heart empty. No one can replace her, and I also don't really want to replace her. I got the heartstone carrying Celine's memory for me. I got it back in Belgium very recently after she went missing. It's always with me. I continue to remember Celine by trying to achieve the goals we had together. And yeah, trying to live my life to the fullest, enjoying, embracing every nice moment I can live.
J'ai l'esprit apaisé d'avoir participé à la recherche. Elle a changé toute ma vie. Elle a changé toute ma vie. J'étais quelqu'un de très pessimiste. Maintenant que je sais à quel point la vie est fragile, je fais attention à essayer d'arranger les choses.
Ouais, toi, t'étais sûr qu'il fallait regarder le long de la rivière dès le départ.
Ben ouais.
She was living the moment, all the time. If you are going somewhere with Celine, you will drink something good, you will see the sunset, you will enjoy.
Et elle a eu raison, parce que si on doit se priver de vivre parce qu'il risque de nous arriver quelque chose, on ne vit plus.
À la mémoire de Céline.
I want people to remember my sister about her dreams. She lives for her dreams, and I think a lot of people don't do that.
À la santé de toutes les personnes qui se sont mobilisées d'une manière ou d'une autre pour la retrouver. Voilà. I will spend the rest of my life with this sadness, but I'm not in anger. I was very proud because she go to the other side of the world and fell in love with Tasmania.
Là, elle a la tête de papa. Oui.
She was enjoying her life. She was happy.